You! Put down that turkey leg, and don't you dare think of sharing it with anyone outside of your house. Unless, that is, if you're carrying it as a protest sign. Then literally, carry on. I'm Katie Petrick, and this is Still America, right? We are about 1 week away from Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the year. The holiday where you eat too much turkey and pumpkin pie, and then you go back for more, because you're not a quitter.
No, never give up, never surrender.
This year, being the never-ending 2020, you are to give thanks, and you are ordered to do so by sitting in your home, not interacting nor spreading joy with anyone outside of who lives there, per the dictates of the most humble, giving, and joyous people we know, Democrat mayors and governors, and their higher-ups.
Welcome, Mr. Leader.
Glad to be here.
What am I trying to say?
This Thanksgiving, someone really should just stuff that old bird. Anyway, let's take a tour around the country and see who are the most fascist of the fascist. This video is just part one of due, so stay tuned for the second part. There really is that much stupidity happening across the country. Let us begin in New York. We must start in the Big Apple because of apple pie, but also since Thanksgiving is the holiday they enjoy the most, with the millions who turn out for the Macy's Day Parade of balloons, floats, and all of the fake singing with creepy dancing to boot. Now, if we could describe 2020 in one Macy's Day Parade balloon, it's certainly this. R.I.P. Barney. Have no fear. The Macy's Day Parade must go on because people need to see giant characters inflated with a lot of hot air. I personally just watch CNN, MSNBC, or watch a speech by any politician for that kind of entertainment. But alas, in New York City with groundhog killer Mayor Bill de Blasio, who won't let anyone eat turkey with grandma, it's at least good to know the lesbian and gay Big Apple Corps, representing the NYC Pride March, will be prancing through Manhattan on Thanksgiving. Per de Blasio's orders, you can't go anywhere unless it's to express your bedroom behavior in the public.
I hate to say it, but I have to urge all New Yorkers, do not travel out of state for the holidays. Do not travel to a state with a high infection rate. Do not travel to a country with a high infection rate. Realize that by doing that, unfortunately, you could be putting yourself and your family in danger, and also the risk of bringing the disease back here.
Oh, sure, but the Rona will not affect you if you worship in the streets to Joe Biden. So carry on in the streets.
It's liberation. It's just joyous. People have felt this weight and a sense of we're divided, and we shouldn't be that way. And now there's a feeling that anything's possible, that we can heal again, that we can move forward. And look, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did something amazing. This is turning out to be a huge victory all over the country, but it's also the beginning of the healing.
See? The healing. So if you gather en masse to worship Joe Biden, you begin healing. If you want your aunt's annual sweet potato pie, you are the devil and will burn in hell. Got it? And why they don't just allow Black Lives Matter and Antifa to march down the streets, it's beyond me. It's a missed opportunity, really. They could have that grown punk who beat the Macy's employee serve as the Grand Marshal at this year's parade.
Don't touch me,
I didn't touch you.
Don't touch me.
I didn't touch you.
Quit touching me. Yeah, them hurt. Them hurt. Stop moving.
Sorry, man.
Them hurt.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
touch me.
Pathetic. Or Macy's could just get the guy in Brooklyn who decided the other night to jump from an ice cream truck to a bus, brandishing his weapon of choice, a flamethrower. I really just hope he didn't melt the ice cream, which would be sad for ice cream lovers like Joe and Nancy.
The guy jumped on top of that B-26 from the roof of an ice cream truck.
Wow.
He also fired the flamethrower into the street before jumping off. There were no reported injuries. Bus was taken out of service at the next stop.
Like the true wuss he is, he fell to the ground and almost started himself on fire. A bigger wuss is the governor of the state, Andrew Cuomo, who would probably agree with the new Grand Marshal idea because he believes in the same thing. He tweeted, "New York follows the science. We know indoor gatherings and parties are a major source of COVID spread. To slow the spread, New York State will limit indoor gatherings at private residences to 10 people. This limit takes effect Friday at 10 p.m. He really is awful. I must remember that Cuomo already killed most grandparents, so now their nursing homes can follow those orders pretty easily. But again, back to those Black Lives Matterers who must riot to riot of all the riots. If Grandma says she's going to her kids and her grandkids to protest and happens to bring a turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and a side of gravy, is that allowed? Because I know that the leftists are A-okay with people still going to protest in the name of wokeness. And by protest, I mean beat the living crap out of anyone not in their clan. Like most recently in Washington, D.C. after the Million MAGA March, where people were beaten simply for not bowing to the mob and because they voted for President Trump.
Let's go, John.
And if you're in California, they can push you into the middle of the street because, you know, you're white. Also, save the bees. But back in D.C., it's okay for BLM activist and registered child sex offender Kenneth Wayne DeBerry to sucker punch a guy. DeBerry was arrested and charged with aggravated assault, inciting violence, and being a felon in possession of a gun. In other words, he's the poster boy for Antifa. I look forward to seeing Al Sharpton defend him. Leaving Sharpton's home state, we travel about a Hudson River away to New Jersey. In New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy is treating residents like a bunch of bennies, ordering them off the boardwalk. He let everyone know he is retightening restrictions on gatherings and that they will be keeping the current 25% capacity at things such as funerals and memorial services. So on November 26th, make sure you hold that memorial service for your pet turkey. And then he had to follow it up with another dictate claiming that you must abide by the restrictions or face the consequences. Ooh. And he wrote it at 11:11, so make a wish. I love that the state's motto is liberty and prosperity. I have found evidence showing that prisoners get better accommodations than your average New Jerseyan. Or is it ite? New Jersey-ite? Whatever.
I was able to watch Jersey Shore every Thursday night, even while in prison.
Wow, indeed. That's a good situation right there. No? You don't get the reference? Okay. Let's head to Pennsylvania, which claims to be the land of virtue, liberty, and independence. So independence that you must now wear a mask while you are in your own house. The Department of Health tweeted, strengthening masking order. Masks are still required. Indoors. Mask now required anytime you're with people outside of your household, even if you're socially distant. Applies to all facilities, plus if you have people in your home, not part of your household. At this point, you have but one thing to do with that mask.
Set it and you got it, guys.
No need to even consider thinking on this one. For 3 easy payments of your soul, liberty, and freedom, you too can enjoy being a sheeple. Team, this is just part 1 of examples of the insanity that is our country regarding COVID-19. Stay tuned for part 2, because that's when the West Coast crazies get involved. Also, plan your pet turkey's funeral now before all the pet turkeys are welcomed home. Until next time, stay healthy, America. Hey team, you all know it takes a lot of work to get all of this together, and we continue to be demonetized by Facebook and YouTube. If you like hearing truth and common sense with a love for freedom, please join the Patriot Club with a one-time $99 tax-deductible donation, and you'll get this sweet vessel of joy as part of a thank you for joining the Patriot Club. All you have to do is visit patriotclub.us and become a Patriot member today. That's patriotclub.us. You'll be helping us so we can keep helping you.